Everyone has their own fears. It could be something simple like spiders, or it could be something a little more complex, like clowns. But no matter what you fear, there's always one thing that is universally terrifying: shadows. Something about the darkness that creeps and crawls can send shivers down anyone's spine. These are the scariest shadow figures ever caught on video. Number 10. Shadow people. There have been numerous reports of people seeing dark shadows in the corner of their eyes. Some even claim to have been touched by them. These shadowy apparitions seem to appear out of nowhere and vanish just as quickly. While they may not mean any harm, they can certainly freak you out. So if you see one, don't turn around. That's what they want. You've probably heard your fair share of ghost stories, maybe even seen a ghost or two. But how many of those stories involve the ghost of someone you know? That's the case for one Reddit user who had an eerie run-in with the ghost of a former boss while visiting their grave. The Reddit user explained that their boss had passed away suddenly from a heart attack. And after he died, his family moved his remains to a new cemetery. The op decided to pay their respects to their old boss, but they weren't prepared for what they saw next. As they approached the grave, they felt a sudden chill. Then they noticed the shadow of the deceased standing directly behind them. They were so shocked that they didn't move until the shadow was gone. When they turned around, they saw no one. To this day, they wonder if it was the ghost of their boss. Number 8. Ghostly encounter. There's nothing quite like a good old-fashioned ghost story. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, these tales never get old. Take this story, for example. A Reddit user was interning at a hospital when they heard some strange noises in the basement. Turns out it was the ghost of a little girl. But that's not all. The user claims that they actually saw the ghost. They describe it as a translucent figure with a long, flowing white gown. The ghost appeared to be wandering aimlessly through the basement, and then it vanished. The user was so shaken by the experience that they decided to research the hospital's history. They found out that a young girl had died in the basement many years ago. It was said that she drowned in a nearby vat. The Reddit user could unhelp but wonder if the ghost they had seen was the girl who had died in the basement. 7. A darkness within. We've all had that unsettling experience of feeling like we're being watched. Sometimes it's just our overactive imaginations playing tricks on us. But other times, well, it might be something more sinister. Imagine sitting in your car when you feel a sudden chill and turn to see the shadow of a man standing in the back seat beside you. Your heart races as you frantically search for an explanation. But when you finally spot the culprit, it's not what you expected. Instead of a lurking predator, you find your own shadow reflected from a window or a car parked nearby. While this scenario may seem like a scene from a horror movie, it's one that many people have experienced firsthand. Feeling watched is a common phenomenon that can often be attributed to our own heightened state of awareness. However, sometimes it can signal something more sinister, a malevolent presence lurking in our midst. 6. Uninvited guest. No one likes uninvited guests, especially when they come bearing bad news. Just ask the author of this Reddit post, who received a mysterious package that contained a cryptic note. The package arrived at their home late at night, and when they opened it, they found a box with a lock on it. The package also included a note that read, "Don't open the box or you will die." Naturally, the recipient was both confused and intrigued. They tried to resist, but curiosity got the better of them, and they ended up opening the box anyway. Inside was a USB drive, along with another note that simply said, "Turn me on." The recipient, now understandably terrified, hesitated before plugging in the USB drive. On their computer, it turned out to be a video of a man who claimed to be inside their house. He explained that he had been watching them for some time and was planning to break in and kill them. Fortunately, the man was arrested before he could carry out his threats. 5. Vanishing act. Have you ever played hide and seek? If so, you know the frustration of searching for a friend only to find they re-not in the designated hiding spots. They're never in the closet, under the bed, or behind the curtains. For some reason, they always manage to disappear into thin air. Well, this Reddit user found that their friend had taken vanishing to a whole new level. They posted a video of their friend who was performing a magic trick. In the video, the friend appears to be walking towards the camera. And then as they get closer, the video blurs. When the video clears, the person is no longer there. The Reddit user explained that their friend had disappeared without a trace. They hadn't been seen since. No one knows what happened to them. Some believe that the person simply ran away from home, but others think that something more sinister may have happened. The truth is, we may never know what really happened to them. 4. Shadow creature. Have you ever seen a shadow creature? If so, you know how creepy and unsettling it can be. These strange creatures seem to appear out of nowhere and vanish just as quickly. They can take on all sorts of shapes and forms, from humanoid figures to amorphous blobs. One Reddit user shared a video of a shadow creature that they captured on their security camera. The video shows a dark, shadowy figure moving through their backyard. The creature seems to be humanoid in shape, but it doesn't appear to have a face. Many people were quick to dismiss the video as a hoax, but the Reddit user insisted that it was real. They even offered a $10,000 reward to anyone who could provide a reasonable explanation for the video. So what do you think? Is it a hoax, or is there something more to the video? Let me know in the comments below. No, 3 stalker. Being followed is one of the most unsettling feelings you can experience. Whether it's a person, a shadow, or even a thought, when you feel like you're being stalked, it can be hard to shake off the feeling that you're not alone. This Reddit user had a terrifying encounter with a stalker, and they decided to confront them. As they walked down a dark street, they noticed a car following them. They tried to shake off the car by turning down different streets, but it kept following them. Eventually, they turned around and confronted the driver, who turned out to be a complete stranger. When the user asked why the driver was following them, the driver responded, "I'm not following you." Startled by the situation, the user called the police. But when they arrived, they found no one there. The driver had vanished. 2. Evil spirit. Have you ever had a brush with something evil? Maybe you saw a ghost or felt a malevolent presence? Whatever it was, you know that some things are better left undisturbed. For this Reddit user, their brush with evil came in the form of a doll. The user had bought the doll at an antique shop without realizing that it was possessed by an evil spirit. Soon after they brought the doll home, strange things started happening. Objects would move on their own, doors would slam shut, and they would hear strange voices. The user knew that they needed to get rid of the doll, so they took it back to the antique store. The owner of the shop was able to identify the doll as a cursed voodoo doll and warned the Reddit user never to bring it home again. 1. Creepy dollhouse. Do you love or hate dolls? If you're like me, you'll probably fall somewhere in between. Sure, they can be cute sometimes, but other times they just creep you out. Imagine finding an old dollhouse in your attic filled with tiny furniture and accessories. You dust it off and set it up in your room, admiring the intricate details and craftsmanship. But as the days go by, you start to notice strange things happening around the dollhouse. The curtains move at night, tiny footsteps echo in the silence, and you swear you see the miniature furniture rearranging itself. One Reddit user shared their experience of finding a creepy dollhouse in their grandmother's attic. They described how the dollhouse seemed to be moving on its own, with the furniture changing places and the lights flickering. They even mentioned hearing strange sounds coming from the dollhouse when no one was around. So is it just a coincidence? Or is there something more to the story? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, that dollhouse is one creepy piece of furniture. Thanks for watching. What did you think of these creepy videos? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, check out the playlist I made for you.